To build our Light Notes app, we are starting with a new Laravel project. If you want to follow along practicing in your local setup without using Codespaces, create a new Laravel app called Light Notes. If you're using Codespaces, switch to the main branch or switch to the branch 0302. Now the first thing to implement in our project is authentication. Register, login, logout, password reset, all of these are part of authentication. It will take us a long time to build these manually. Luckily, Laravel has a few starter kits to make this very simple and quick. As you can see, there are two starter kits available, Breeze and Jetstream. Breeze provides a simple and minimal starting point for authentication, while Jetstream offers more advanced features. Breeze uses Tailwind CSS for styling. Even if you have no prior knowledge of Tailwind CSS, it's fairly easy to work with it. But if you choose not to include Tailwind CSS in your project at all, you can choose a package like Laravel UI to add authentication. This package uses the Bootstrap framework. Breeze is what we'll use for our project, so let's go ahead and install it in our application using this command. So I'll copy this, open the terminal and paste it. Run this. This might take a while. Once done, let's use the command php @breeze install to install it. Here you'll be asked which stack you prefer. The simplest one is Blade with Alpine, which is what we'll be using in this course, so pick that. I would not choose dark mode support at the moment, so no. Asks you for testing framework, we won't be covering that in this course, so pick any and proceed. Now Breeze is installing and it's also building the node dependencies. Alright, everything seems to be done for us. Let's simply go to the browser and refresh. Now everything else looks the same, but notice you have two new links, login and register. Let's see if this works. Register, let me try registering a new person, which is myself. Alright, register. And great. Let me log out. Logging out also works and log in as the person I just registered. Alright, great. So both login and register works. Let me log out. And if I go to login, you'll also see a link, forgot your password, but this will not work until you set up your email client in the .nv file. I'll let you explore that on your own. Now it's time to look at the code that Breeze has added for us. First, open web.php routes file. Let's look at the routes that was added for us. First, we have a dashboard route and we have a set of routes for profile. Note that all of these have the middleware auth, which means only the users who have logged in can access the dashboard route. We can verify this since we are logged out now. Let's try accessing dashboard. And notice you'll be redirected to the login page. Back to the routes file. All the authentication related routes can be found in auth.php. You can open that here. You can find all of these routes here. And let's look at the controllers, app, HTTP controllers, and you can see all the authentication related controllers added here. You can take a look at each of them and try and understand what's here. You can also go and look at the resources, views, all of the Blade views that were added by Breeze, auth, and then components, and so much more. We have all these view files combined with components and layouts. If you like to gain a deep understanding of how to build layouts and components with Blade, this is a great example to dig in and learn from. But for now, we're simply going to use Blade and start building our app.